Hi, Tracy here, and I have a layout for you titled Exploring Together. And this is a layout that I did using, that's a craft background, and that is a 6x6 pad crepe paper storyteller. And then I used some items from the July Studio Calico kit to embellish. Mostly, I think I used stuff from my kit. I'm looking at the layout right now. I mean, from my stash. Yeah, and that wood grain paper, I'm realizing actually that I believe that came from a citrus twist kit. It's a wood grain with all the colors in it. Different panels of wood. I like that paper. And I'm just arranging here, and I know that I wanted both of those pages or pictures to go on there. And I'm going to end up using that frame on the one above in the right corner. That's a crepe paper, one of those photo frames, the chipboard. And now I thought maybe I was going to go all the way across. Unfortunately, it's not in frame. I apologize for that, but I was cutting strips of paper to run along the top, and then I'm going to do it on the bottom. But then as I'm working, I decide not to go all the way across. See, here's where I was thinking I'm still going to go all the way across, and then I change my mind. So I just have it on the left corner and on the right bottom corner. And I stapled all those pages together so that they would be easy to put back down, because now I'm going to use my watercolors. These came from 2 Peas in a Bucket, and I'm going to splatter with them, and I'm going to outline the edge of just the craft paper. I do not outline every paper. Usually when I outline the outer edge, I do the papers, but I didn't want to do all the little strips. I just thought that would be too much. And I wasn't really wanting those to stand out. Like, because when you outline it, it just makes everything pop. So that was why I just decided to only outline the outer page. And then I splattered with that watercolor as well. And then I realized, oh, this picture's covered with, the splattering's covered with the picture. So then I splattered some more. I'm reaching for my water dish is up at the top of the table. That's why I kept reaching over there. And now I feel good about these papers, so I'm gluing them down. I'm just using the Tombow clear on that little tiny strip. And the bigger ones, I'm using my ATG. I have all these different kinds of glues, and for whatever reason, on whatever day, that's the one I grab. I use the ATG obviously all the time, but when I'm using liquid glues, sometimes I use that Tombow, sometimes I use my Aleene's tacky glue, sometimes I use glossy accents. I do use the Aleene's tacky glue for bigger items quite often because that has a real, like you can really glob it on, and it is very thick. So it'll glue on a big embellishment nicely and create a really good hold. Where like the Tombow, that's super thin, so I wouldn't use it for that. And then glossy accents, you can do that as well because it's so sticky and somewhat thick, not nearly like Aleene's, but the glossy accents, the only drawback with that is that it is glossy and it creates a gloss that shows depending on, so that's why I don't use it for every single thing. Okay, so now I know I want these to go where they are, so I felt good about gluing them down, and now I'm working on embellishments. And this little pack of, those are Studio Calico embellishments, and they came in the Citrus Twist kit. And now I'm also going to use the Citrus Twist stamp. Where did I use that? I'm looking at I actually made this layout a couple weeks ago, so. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stamp Counting My Blessings. And you'll see where I stamped that. So that little circle, or medium circle that I put at the bottom of the frame there, it says "You're my fave." And now I'm just playing around with wood embellishments and wood veneers and different items. I do end up putting the little wood veneer potty people, the girl and the two boys, because this is my daughter and two sons. And I just keep moving stuff around until it clicks for me. And I'm still continuing on with that little idea up at the top left, but I end up changing that completely because it doesn't work. And now I have this paper, I'm cutting out these little tickets because I'm going to title this Exploring Together. And so it's like, ticket to explore. So I decided to go with that. Because we were at Mentryville and you don't pay to get in, although you do put it, well, if you do it, they have a little place where you can put a donation in a thing. It's not required is what I mean. Obviously we did, and I'm sure 98% of the people that go there do. So that's like kind of your admission, and it helps them to maintain this little ghost town. So now I'm taking a picture because I'm liking what I have, I think, but I do change the top. Now I'm going to put some washi tape down and create a little anchor for all my embellishments going on right there. Yeah, I think this is there, I'm outlining that sticker says explore, and then I put it on a little ticket, and then I outlined it with black just to make it pop. I was going to say, I think this is sort of a mix match of the two kits, the Studio Calico and the Citrus Twist, because I believe those stars came from a Studio Calico kit. Now I've changed that up there in the left corner. And now I'm liking it, so I'm going to start gluing stuff down. because those chipboards, they need some thick glue to hold them down. They're pretty heavyweight, those frames. I mean, not heavyweight, I guess thick is a better term for it. Anyway, they just need a really good strong glue. And that's a little star from the Citrus Twist stamp, and then that's the one that says Counting My Blessings. And you can see I always test out stamps before I actually put them on my page. I almost always stamp them out on my little craft page, or sheet that's covering my table. And I'm pop dotting that ticket just because it's glued. It's on that frame that's already up high. I'm going to use those cork arrows. And here I'm using the glossy accents. So I used all three of those glues, the liquid glues, plus my ATG on this layout. I do like to use the glossy accents for the wood veneers. And then I'm doing a couple of staples here with the little tiny attacher. And then, excuse me, I have to do my title still. Which is going to go on the left, on top of that map paper. And there's my wax paper so I can fiddle around. And I'm going to use these brown, I think those are Oh Snap. No, is that right? Maybe. Stickers. And then I'm going to use these smaller Glitz Design ones to write the word together. And sometimes I use I leave the centerpiece, like of the O and all that in there, but for this layout I did not want to do that. And I did not get it lined up just right that first time. I realized I wanted it all to start at the end of the picture, or the edge of the picture. So I had to move every single letter and push them down nice and good with my nail. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm going to be uploading another layout today as well. So be on the lookout. Thanks again.